All right, I want to talk about one of the most intriguing players in the country because we saw Dillon Gabriel at his best against Ohio State. Everything we thought Dillon Gabriel in the Oregon offense could be, he was against Ohio State. Just a phenomenal game for him. And now he goes to Purdue. He goes to West Lafayette on a Friday night. And that makes this very intriguing, especially from a PrizePicks perspective. If you're not playing PrizePicks, what are you even doing? Get yourself to the App Store, download the app, sign up, use the code STAPLES, play $5, get $50 instantly. You're picking squares. And in a game like this, you might want to pick a few squares just to liven things up a little bit. And I think in this particular case with Dillon Gabriel, how lively this game gets is going to have a lot to do with how Oregon deals with the Ohio State hangover, because they're definitely better than Purdue. But this is also a Purdue team that fell behind by 24, came back and forced overtime and lost to Illinois 50-49 in overtime. So they can make games somewhat interesting. Oregon is much more talented. This is also a Friday night game. The whole country's watching. So you're going to get probably Purdue's best shot here. And the question that you have to ask yourself as you look at these PrizePicks numbers, Ari, is how ready is Oregon for this? Because there's two scenarios. There's the scenario when Oregon comes out breathing fire and like Dillon Gabriel's passing yardage number is 295 and a half. He's actually only gone more than that once this season, and it was against Ohio State when they really needed it. And so he's either going to go less than that because they're going to kind of fart around and just grind out a win, or he's going to go more than that in the first half and sit the second half.
Yeah, that is kind of just trying to pick up on what you think a college 18-year-old, 20-year-old, 22-year-old kid's going to do. Like my general thought is that, Oregon's in a position where it seems like they're in takeoff mode now, right? Like you win that game, you legitimize yourself, and they've already had a few clunkers this year. It's not like they've been breathing fire all year. So the hope, if you're an Oregon fan, is that they use the Ohio State game to propel themselves into just blowout mode so that they can get to the Big Ten championship game and try to do something. That said, the last time they played on Friday night, they moved the ball very easily, but there were turnovers in the red zone. I think Dillon Gabriel threw a few picks in the red zone in that game against Michigan State, and it just like they won, but it wasn't very exciting, or it doesn't scratch the itch of like that's a dominant team. So you have to pick which side you're on, and it's like, I don't know how you watch this game on Friday night if PrizePicks isn't in your lap.
Well, all right. So my favorite one is the Demon Square, which Demon Square gives you a potentially higher payout. It's 3.5 passing touchdowns, and you have to pick more than if you want to take that square. He's not thrown for 4 touchdowns in a game yet. He's not thrown for more than 3 touchdowns in a game. But again, this is where you basically are deciding how do you think Oregon's going to handle the hangover, because there is a world where Dillon Gabriel throws for 4 touchdowns in the first half of this game. There's also a world where he only throws for 1 the entire game.
Yeah. I just keep going back to that Michigan State game. 20 for 32, 257 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 2 red zone interceptions. Like that game is the Friday night grab ass essential. Like that's exactly where that happens. Like it's. I don't even know why they're playing 2 Friday night games, especially with 6 days after. But I really
welcome to the Big Ten, boys. They don't get a choice.
I do think that I'm going to take the ascension route. I have this feeling about Oregon after the Ohio State game that makes me want to drink the Kool-Aid. I don't know what's going to happen here. I think he might throw a pick, which makes the 0.5 interception square attractive. I'm not saying he has to be 100% sharp, but 300
That's also
yards.
A Demon Square, by the way, if you think he's going to throw a pick.
Yeah, I mean, it's possible. He threw 2 in the red zone against the Spartans. The number of total passing yards here is just really high. And you just have to believe that Oregon's going to come out, just like you said, with dragon breath.
Yeah, because remember, he's only gone more than that in the one game where they really, really needed it. You could argue they really needed it against Boise State, and they didn't get it. So they still won the game, but Ashton Genty, did his thing. So this is just fascinating. And like you said, Friday night grab ass. It's exactly what you want in your Friday night football. And yeah, You might want to have that PrizePicks app open. Have some fun with it.